From getting caught off guard underwater
Oh boy, I need some more air.
to stepping blindly into danger underground.
Bro, I can't see anything.
Here are 9 times MrBeast almost lost his life, starting with a stunt Jimmy pulled without knowing the exact consequences.
This is probably the stupidest thing I've ever done.
Describing his attempt at staying underwater for 24 hours with just a limited supply of oxygen and the willpower to get through.
My nails feel like they're just gonna fall off. Oh boy, I need some more air.
Despite his friends keeping him company and getting him anything he needed, Jimmy was struggling 6 hours into the challenge.
Okay, I changed my mind. Counting with limited oxygen is not a good idea. I'm actually getting a little lightheaded.
His condition was only about to get worse though.
So, a little update, it's actually starting to get a little freezing in here. I didn't really think of this, but hopefully I don't get like a cold or... I don't know, dude.
It's actually getting kind of cold.
Even though Jimmy made it over 12 hours underwater, he'd had enough.
This was a horrible idea. I would really not recommend any of you guys do this. I have a massive freaking headache.
Leading many of his fans to conclude that Jimmy was describing symptoms of carbon dioxide poisoning, which came from inhaling his own carbon dioxide emissions for too long, and under certain circumstances can be fatal. Luckily, Jimmy knew when to tap out, which saved his life. His next challenge, though, couldn't be solved by just getting up and leaving.
Despite having all this on, I can still get frostbite.
A concerning situation Jimmy found himself in after attempting to spend 50 hours in Antarctica.
Oh yeah.
But there was an intense snowstorm, so we had to sit in these research facilities and wait them out. And one of them was so crazy. It's like this tent with like door, and it like flung it open. It was so intense that we had to hold the door shut because it was like barreling snow in. And I'm like, my God, I think we're gonna die.
This intense situation didn't stop Jimmy and the gang from exploring the terrain though.
Just be very careful, Jimmy. Oh, this is very slippery. Very careful.
A mantra Jimmy had to live by in these conditions because one wrong step would be fatal.
So you could be walking and then just fall 100 feet and die.
This, however, wasn't the only thing that freaked him out.
This is a huge cliff. No joking. If we fall down there, we die. Yes, 100%.
Despite it being so dangerous, Jimmy still pulled through.
Right here.
Ah!
You got
I
it?
made it! I made it! It only took 4.5 hours.
But while nothing was in Jimmy's control in Antarctica, he purposely created his own hell after making a bold decision in December 2023.
I worked in psych hospitals for 23 years, and this is much worse than anything I've ever seen. Anything past 50 hours in a white room like this can lead to permanent psychological damage.
The challenge was to stay in solitary confinement for 7 straight days, but 9 hours in, Jimmy was starting to feel the effects.
Probably wondering, how many tiles are on these walls? The correct answer is 1,900, and if you want the roof and floor included, then it's 2,860.
Following this exercise, Jimmy had fewer things to keep him busy. Therefore, he started regressing towards doing just about anything.
He's got nothing. He has nothing to work with. If he's already resulting to this for basic stimulation, I have my doubts that he'll last 7 days.
Which started making fans worried that these challenges and sort of videos will end in a death in some way. Even if Jimmy had survived, there was a high chance he would lose his mind in the process.
It's the natural human urge for freedom. He's regressing to primal instinct.
This regression wasn't the end of it though, as experts note that spending enough time alone can cause hallucinations and paranoia, symptoms Jimmy was starting to experience.
I'm just gonna envision that I'm currently walking at a park. There's green grass, someone's fishing. Oh my God. We're watching him slip into madness.
Despite coming close to losing his mind, Jimmy pulled through.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Jimmy. Sorry, I was just putting my pants on.
While later explaining just how difficult the challenge was.
When you think the 7 days is up, you're gonna be on like day 4. And then those next 3 days, because in your head you already lived the 7 days, are just like a nightmare. And it feels like it never will end.
Jimmy's only saving grace was the fact that he knew the challenge would end in 7 days, and he'd need the same mental fortitude when he found himself in the last place anyone wants to be.
Bury me alive. Oh, that was scary.
This state of fear occurred when Jimmy decided to bury himself alive for 7 days straight, with several of his fans agreeing that they never thought he would outdo his 50 hours being buried challenge. Regardless, Jimmy was adamant about pushing boundaries, despite certain issues.
Back pain, back pain, and maybe some back pain.
But while back pain was the major concern on day 2, things got more extreme the next day.
I promised my doctor that I would move every day so I don't get blood clots. Because apparently laying down for 7 days straight can kill you.
And it wouldn't get any easier as the psychological effects of staying in a coffin started to weigh on him.
I'm very tired, but for some reason I can't sleep. I don't know, I've never had this happen before. Why am I crying? I don't know.
With the usual upbeat MrBeast replaced by a shell of himself.
I do my best to talk to you guys for content, but to be honest, I have like zero desire to speak. I just want to get out of here.
Yeah, he's losing his mind.
As Jimmy made it to the final day though, he had one question.
Question that remains now is when I stand up,
Am I gonna die of blood clots?
And it didn't take long for him to get his answer.
My first time standing in a week. Oh my god, my legs are weak. Oh, I didn't die.
While this challenge was a test of Jimmy's mental strength, the next one would test his body to the absolute limit.
I had a whole team of doctors watching me every single day. They kept track of all my vitals like these to ensure I didn't have a heart attack or worse.
With Jimmy planning to go 30 days without any food, he was facing an uphill battle.
It was probably like 4 or 5 hours of filming, and honestly, man, I need to go to bed. I'm tired now.
By the end of week 1, Jimmy was already feeling the difference.
Oh my gosh. I'm down almost 12 pounds.
As the days went on though, the fatigue began to set in.
I saw you sleep 8 times today.
It's definitely starting to catch up to me.
And as the 2-week mark hit, Jimmy's next planned video shoot was with the last person he wanted to see.
We just filmed with Gordon Ramsay from one of our videos. He has informed me he wants to cook me something for his channel.
And Gordon wouldn't let Jimmy go without him at least tasting his cooking.
Breakfast sandwich, young man, come in. At least take a bite. You've been the first person in my entire career that I've cooked something from start to finish and eat it. Please.
But this was where Jimmy had to be extremely careful for one reason.
I'll take one bite, and I have to spit it out technically because of refeeding syndrome, but I still want to taste it.
Refeeding syndrome is a metabolic disturbance that occurs as a result of reinstitution of nutrition in people who have been starved. And in some cases, this can be fatal.
Seriously, it's a good thing that Jimmy knew how to stay safe and follow doctor's orders, because if he had started scarfing down Gordon's food, it would not have ended well.
With fans praising Jimmy's research into each challenge. Honestly, just goes to show how smart and careful Jimmy really is with all of his challenges, and how far he prepares for them. This doesn't apply to every situation though, including the time Jimmy was caught in a helpless situation.
Let me hook you with this, okay? It's a story about the time I almost died.
With the incident taking place when one of Jimmy's friends started feeling sick while driving him back home.
Yeah, he just says, "Can we pull over to a gas station? I don't feel too good." And I'm like looking at the road, and I turn and look to my left, and his head's just bobbling, and he's just like...
Wait, is he driving?
Yeah, down the highway, and he's just like dead.
Instinctively, Jimmy got his hand on the steering wheel to make sure the car didn't go off-road, while his other friends tried waking the driver.
I'm just kind of like keeping the car going straight, and I just yell, "Wake the fuck up!" And I'm like yelling, and he's not waking up.
With no other ideas, Jimmy had to act fast.
I gotta slow this car down, so I was just like, fuck it, and I just put my head below the wheel, I grabbed his foot and just threw it off the gas.
And just when he thought everything was fine,
the second I let off the brake, he comes back to life. His heart starts beating again, and he just stomps on the gas.
This time, however, Jimmy had to take an even riskier decision.
So I just yoinked the wheel to the right, so we just slammed into a concrete wall, and that just stopped the car.
With Jimmy realizing much later what actually happened to the driver.
So this accident actually led to the discovery of this heart?
Yeah, and he probably would have died. Yeah. And then
there you go. That's probably why it all happened.
Maybe. There you go. You know, it just had to almost kill me for us to find out.
But while Jimmy survived this encounter thanks to his quick thinking, he'd need much more than that when he visited the deadliest places on Earth, which included trekking through the Amazon rainforest.
Because in a matter of moments, the forest can go from this to this. Just a little rainstorm can cause the rivers to flash flood.
Where one wrong step could have fatal consequences.
That's a waterfall right there. Like if you slip, you're dead.
But just as the crew was getting used to the climate, the worst case scenario became a reality.
And it just started downpouring like crazy.
The crew had to get down regardless. Therefore, Jimmy recommended ziplining down the waterfall, which wasn't the smartest idea.
We're gonna be in the woods. Isn't that just equally as bad? What's the risk? There's mud coming down on Jimmy's line, like a lot.
At any point, they could be struck by lightning. And I really don't want you to die.
With the only way back being the route they took to get up, Jimmy had to be extra careful, or else he wouldn't make it back alive.
Look at this water. Like seriously, no joke.
Grab the rope and pull yourself up.
Don't let me die.
Even though Jimmy made it out alive on this occasion, surviving a week in an underground cave posed an even more dangerous challenge.
Why are we doing this?
This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
It's because you die after you do it.
Despite the dangers, Jimmy and his crew took on this once-in-a-lifetime challenge.
You ain't seen nothing yet. We're going deep in the cave.
All right, boys, suck in your guts.
Where things get tight.
With the cave offering harder challenges for the crew the deeper they explored.
All right, I'm getting in the river.
You want to follow the wall around to the
It's so cold.
You got it, Jimmy.
I don't know if I fit.
But with the water level continuing to rise, Jimmy and his crew wouldn't be able to cover the entire cave and would have to try again the next day.
Basically, the water's recirculating, so if you fall in, it takes you to the bottom and it keeps you there.
If we fall, we would die.
Yep.
As Jimmy powered through the cave, any next step could have been his last.
Oh, bro, I can't see anything. This is terrifying.
The crew, however, stayed persistent to get to the end, and after a long and brutal trek, they made it.
This better be worth it.
Alrighty, team. Welcome to the glowworm chamber.
This view, honestly, made that trek worth it.
Making the challenge one of the most terrifying Jimmy has ever undertaken, much like the time Jimmy and his crew were nearly taken out by a storm.
Oh, we're gonna die. We're getting just destroyed. Oh, I'm getting hit.
While filming a challenge which had MrBeast stranded at sea for 7 days.
I didn't realize what I was signing up for. It's hot. This thing will not stop swaying, and I feel like I'm gonna puke.
Now, the first 2 days were smooth sailing, with the gang making a shelter to sleep in. However, no one was prepared for just how unpredictable the ocean could be.
We're all at rock bottom now. Been raining for a few hours. Stuff's freezing cold. We don't have beds. I'm getting nauseous.
With the storm getting more dangerous, the crew couldn't do much but hope it didn't sink their raft, leading to several of Jimmy's crew agreeing that
This is harder than Antarctica. This is harder than a desert video.
Yeah, I'm hot. I don't want to be alive.
prompting fans to note that the dedication Jimmy and his team has for this channel is amazing. Dedication he would need as Jimmy and the crew survived the 7 days, making it one of the many times MrBeast almost lost his life.